So, with the creation of AI, we all knew that at some point this thing was going to come for people's jobs and start to replace people, and we will be talking to AI chatbots instead of actual people. But that day is coming a lot quicker than we might have thought. Because Wendy's has already launched their own AI thing. I'm guessing it's like a test thing because it's not everywhere. But they're already launching this where it'll take your order, no problem. You talk to it, you tell it the size, you tell it everything, it responds back to you, gives you a total, whatever, and then you drive off. It's kind of insane to see how quickly this AI thing is moving.
Welcome to Wendy's. What would you like?
Can I have a chocolate frosty?
Which size for the chocolate frosty?
Medium.
Can I get you anything else today?
No, thank you.
Great. Please pull up to the next window.
So this is Wendy's AI taking someone's order, no problem. Not maybe just an experiment, right? Because order one frosty thing. Now the questions come up with how good is this actually? If someone has an accent, is it going to be able to understand them? If someone's talking quickly, is it going to be able to understand them? Or you're going to have to go super slow. Is this actually going to hinder things? Is it going to make things worse if you have to go slower and slower in response to things so that the AI can understand what you're saying, right? And will that be a point of frustration, right? If you sit there and you say something and it'll say, I didn't understand, repeat, and you do this loop 4 or 5 times, that's going to get pretty old pretty quick. So there are problems that could come up with this AI, but nonetheless, they're launching this thing and it's taking over, right? If this is successful, if there aren't real big hiccups, because if they hinder the experience and make people not want to go to Wendy's, then they're probably not going to roll it out, right? But right now, AI's on top, and I don't think anybody is going to be, thinking this is crazy that this is coming, but it's definitely seems like it's coming a lot quicker than it should be. I think this AI thing, Wendy's, they put out a thing. It's not that new. Like them actually rolling it out and doing it is the new part. But this has been a thing for a decent amount of time. Not December 11th, 2023. This has been a thing for. So obviously they've been thinking about this AI thing for a little bit now. Not insane amount of time, a few months, but it's been something that they've been thinking about. So it's called FreshAI. And obviously, that's what we just saw as someone doing that. I would like to see a longer order to see if it's actually good or if it's, just kind of, it looks like it's good, looks like they're innovating when really the tech's not there yet. And obviously, what they wanted to do is understand casual conversations and handle the Wendy's full menu and customizations and configurations. So will they actually be able to do this? I guess, they've got months in our hometown. So Columbus, Ohio, I'm guessing is where that is. And that's where they're, I guess, testing it because this is not rolled out everywhere. And they're saying, obviously, it's going well. Saying today, we're excited to share an update on our progress and plans to expand technology to more restaurants and locations in the U.S. So obviously, it's doing well. It's definitely going to save money, right? People the Wendy's is doing this because it'll save them money. They're not doing it because it'll do anything other than that, really. So how much money? I guess, you see kind of one of these stores, how many people are taking orders. If it's all AI, you don't have to pay the AI. So that's the weird problem we run into, right? Is this going to, disrupt things and make people just kick people out of jobs? And that could be obviously the big negative factor for this. But their points here, how it benefits you is for speed and accuracy. So obviously those are the biggest things in any drive-thru, but will an AI actually be able to do this? I think that's a great question because when you talk about speed and accuracy, people obviously struggle with that. If you've been through any drive-thrus, you know that things can go very wrong very easily. But with an AI, you don't necessarily just fix that. It doesn't just evaporate and become perfect because if someone has an accent, what if the AI can't understand that? If someone talks really fast, is the AI going to be able to understand that? You have these problems that still arise that I don't think people or maybe Wendy's is really looking at because obviously they see, wow, we can save money and roll this thing out, but then maybe it's not as tested as it should be and it starts to actually just get things way worse than a person would be able to. I mean, this wouldn't be the first time that, replacing people would go so wrong. We already saw it with self-checkouts, and I think Walmart had to shut down self-checkouts in some places because they ended up just being people taking things and stealing things. So when you get rid of people, doesn't necessarily mean the experience and everything is just super great and there's no problems and it just is better and better. Sometimes you introduce new problems that weren't there, that you didn't plan for, but actually come up. But AI moving way, way faster than I think a lot of people are, are ready for. A lot of people are expecting. Obviously, this AI thing's been going crazy, but it's rolling forward a lot faster than anyone would have thought, and it's replacing jobs now. It's officially towards that level where it can replace jobs. It might have been doing that in like a creative field, replacing stuff there, but now we're seeing it in these kind of everyday non-techie, non-creative jobs, seeing that it's stepping up and replacing them too. So what more can AI do? How much more can it do? What jobs are safe? What are the trades safe? I mean, that's the physical thing. Like, if you actually have to be there to do the work, maybe AI isn't advanced enough to do that. But at some point, maybe there's a robot with AI that can go there and do those jobs. And what happens then? Nobody knows. And honestly, is this a good thing, a bad thing, good for the future? Who knows? It's so hard to tell because obviously with any innovative stuff, people always say this is the end of the world. This is going to destroy everything. With electricity, that was what was said. It's going to be terrible. Oh my God, it's going to destroy everything. Now we can't live a single day without using electricity. The internet was said, oh, it's nothing, it's a fad, or it's going to destroy everyone's job. It's taken over and the internet will do everything. And now we see it actually created more jobs, right? Because people are working on this internet stuff. So that was kind of the reverse of that. And it had a huge outroar that it was going to destroy everything. Didn't end up doing that. So I think with AI, we're probably looking down a similar thing where people are overreacting, saying it's going to destroy everything. But maybe this is a little different because it can actually just straight up replace people. And the internet couldn't actually do that. Electricity couldn't do that. It was all tools that people end up using to do more things with, but AI seems like a tool to just straight up replace people instead of actually having a person do something. So maybe it's a little different, but at the same time, we're probably blowing it out of proportion and probably going to look back and say, wow, everyone thought this was going to destroy society, and look at us now. We got AI doing everything. That's going to do it for this video. As always, don't forget to smash up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next